an injury is basically when you are sick and when you don't feel good because something physically or mentally is affecting your body, and so you really need to get some rest and you really need to go see the doctor. Okay? So let me explain the vocabulary for today. Okay, so first of all, we have a backache. This tiny word over here, it's not pronounced H, it's pronounced ache. The H is silent, right? So a backache is when your back, like the woman is showing, hurts a lot. It can either be caused by a bad movement that you did, or because you slept bad, or because you carried something that was too heavy, and now you have a backache. Okay, your back is hurt and it is sore, and so you have a backache. So when you go to the doctor and he asks you what's wrong, you tell him, doctor, I have a backache, right? And so he can check you. Then we have a cough. A cough is literally that's a cough, okay? When you feel like I don't know, kind of tickling in your throat and you need to cough, that is what happens. When it becomes a lot, you need to get checked by a doctor. We usually take syrup for cough syrup for it to diminish, or you can also take like Halls or Altoids, or different type of pills that can help you with your cough. Then we have a headache. A headache, take a look at the little word ache. Okay, a headache is when your head hurts so bad, and it can be because you haven't eaten, because I don't know, you have so much stress, because a lot of reasons, right? Because you suffer of migraine, and so a headache, it's very important to check it. You can take medicines like Advil or Tylenol, or if it's something that is bigger, okay, you need to go see your doctor. Then we have a sprayed ankle. A sprayed ankle happens when we're walking or running or maybe playing football. And so you're walking and accidentally your foot turns, okay? It twists. And so it gets hurt, right? So that's what we call a sprained ankle. So when you go to the doctor, you tell him, doctor, I have a sprained ankle, and he's probably going to ask you for an x-ray, and he's probably going to give you anti-inflammatories, or if it's, I don't know, if it's like really, really bad, he maybe will cast you, okay? He's going to put like a cast or a boot so your ankle won't move a lot. Then we have a burn when you're cooking, okay? Or when you're like, I don't know, flattening, straightening your hair, you can get burns. And so it is very important for you to immediately, when you get the burn, put some ice on it or run cold water, or even put some cream on it, okay? So it won't be super, super bad. If it's like a third or fourth degree burn, then you really have to go to the doctor and even to the hospital, okay? Because it can be really bad for you. And then we also have a cut. A cut can happen with a piece of paper, like a paper cut. It can happen with scissors. It can happen with a knife while you're cooking, okay? Or with anything else. And basically, you start bleeding. Blood starts coming out of whatever it is that you got a cut. And depends on the situation, you can use oxygenated water, agua oxigenada, or alcohol, or any antiseptic to clean the cut, and then just cover it, okay? But it is important to maintain it clean. And of course, if it's like super, super deep, if your cut is super deep, you're probably going to need some stitches. And so you're going to have to go to the doctor or the hospital. So, guys, they're kind of tiny, I don't know how to call it, little red points, okay? And they're like really itchy, so you want to scratch all the time. And I don't know if you can see them very well, but she or he has like a lot of marks. They're like, yeah, kind of tiny red dots that appear on your body, and you want to scratch them because it's like really, really itchy. So for rashes, usually doctors recommend you a cream, and they tell you, of course, not to scratch because it will get worse. This can be caused by a lot of things, like you're allergic, I don't know, to contamination outside, to the pollution, or you're allergic to something you ate, and so you got a rash, or to specific plants when you go to a ranch, maybe that you're going to go into the swimming pool, and there are specific plants because you're outside in nature, and so you were allergic to one of them and you got a rash all over your legs or your arms or your neck or whatever. Okay, so this is very important for you to check because it can get worse. All right, so that's basically a rash. Then we have also a stomach ache. A stomach ache is when your belly or when your stomach hurts a lot. You probably have nausea, you have dizziness, you want to throw up, and maybe you have diarrhea, okay? Or you haven't gone to the bathroom. Constipation is also a symptom. So you really need to go to the doctor and check the stomach ache. He usually will recommend you, I don't know, Pepto-Bismol or something like that for you to calm down. But remember, a stomach ache, if it's like super, super bad, it could also turn into an appendicitis. So it is very, very important to go check it, okay? Also, you can get a stomach ache by eating a lot of junk food like cheeseburgers and fries and chips and chocolate and candies. And so if you mix all of this, it's like a bomb to your stomach. And so you get a stomach ache, right? So you need to rest. Then we also have a cold. A cold, it's basically when you you have a cough and you have a runny nose and you have to take tissues every once in a while and you feel like all tired and dizzy and you're like achoo all the time. That is when you have a cold. uh, it usually doesn't come with a fever, but if it comes with a fever, then you're really, really sick. You usually treat a cold with medicine like Tylenol or Tempra or Advil or whatever the doctor gives you. And you should be fine within a couple of days, like 4 or 5 days, you're usually fine, right? But what happens when you have a fever? Take a look at this one. A fever is when your body is too warm and it cannot regulate the temperature on your body. And so you are really warm and everything is cold for you. Okay? It is very, very important to treat a fever because a fever that is not well treated can even make you die. Okay? So a fever, we usually check it with a thermometer. If it is above 37.5 degrees Celsius, you have a fever and you need to take Tylenol, a lot of Tylenol or Tempra or whatever the doctor gives you to reduce it. And so your temperature can be fine. Also, um, in the past, what they did was to reduce the fever, to lower the temperature on your body, was to literally make you take a cold shower, even if you were freezing. But a cold shower helps you reduce the temperature on your body, right? Then we also have a sore throat. We do not say a throat ache. That's a rule, okay? We say I have a sore throat when your throat hurts. It can be because you have an infection, or it can be because you have screamed or talked too much. It can be for different reasons, okay? And for a sore throat, the doctor usually gives you what? Advil, and he gives you Halls, and he gives you, I don't know, any of the tiny pills that help you, like Granadine. Have you heard of Granadine or Vic? Those help you like calm down the soreness on your throat, okay? And last but not least, we have a toothache. A toothache is when your teeth hurt, okay? Okay, in this case, when one tooth hurts. So you need to go to the dentist because it can be, I don't know, because you have a caries, or it can also be because, I don't know, a muscle pain, okay, on your teeth. And or it could also be like sensibility. We don't know. So you really need to go to the dentist and he will give you something.